morning, guys. It is a beautiful day out today. It is going to be a wonderful weekend. It's going to be about 85 degrees tomorrow. So I am out here today when it's a little bit cooler, trying to finish off a bunch of different projects in the garden. As you saw, I was redistributing some of the compost that we got from a local horse farm. I had them dump it into these 3 new beds and have just been scattering it around my garden as needed. I am going to be putting herbs in these little black bags that I was filling up, and now I am trying to work on finishing up the water system for the 3 new beds that we have going here, and I'm just going to be working on that for a little while. Later on, I have to work on getting something set up to cover my cabbages and broccoli and stuff like that. I am trying to make kind of a cheaper version of one of those tents that you can have to protect your leafy greens and stuff like that. So I have some wood over here that I am hoping to work with and make something out of for that. And then I'll also show you some of the new things and things that I know are popping up here in the garden so that you guys can see that we are truly starting to get into spring. So after getting my beds leveled up a little bit, I am going to start working on finishing up the watering system for the 3 new beds I put in this year. Most of it is just going to be laying a bunch of this main line and getting my drip lines cut up and placed into the beds. I have a whole video about what I use and exactly what you will need in order to have a system like mine. I think it's about 2 videos ago in the playlist. So if you're interested in that, totally check that out. I will also be testing out the whole new rain barrel and pump system and seeing if that is going to work to get my water from the rain barrels into the garden so I don't have to be using the municipal water this year. Cross your fingers, guys. Oh yeah, it is definitely working. We have water dripping through all of our lines. It took a couple minutes, or not even a minute probably, to get all the way down to the ends here. And as you can see, this would technically probably be the end of the line here for this row of beds, and it is definitely flowing. It's flowing a little quick. The pressure's probably a little large for this, but I'll just water a little bit less time-wise, and it should be okay. And then this is my strawberry bed here. Oh yeah, it's definitely working all the way through here, which is perfect. I have one last little bed to set up over here, which will probably help a little bit with the excess pressure, and that'll be how I'll be watering my garden this year. So I ordered onion starts this year from Dixondale's. They should be shipping here in the next couple days, but I want to go ahead and get the rest of this bed together. I am doing my carrots in the center 2 rows and then onions on the outside. This idea I think I got from Rachel from that 1870s homestead. She does a technique called spooning, which I tried last year with great results, and she said it's very helpful when you're clearing the dirt out from the onions to just toss it on top of the carrots. It keeps the tops of the carrots from getting exposed to the above ground effect, and keeps them kind of underneath the dirt. So I'm going to give that a try this year and get my carrots started before I get my onions in the ground in a couple days. I have this handy dandy thing. I went ahead and bought a square foot template off of Amazon. I'll have a link below, and I'm just going to map out where I need to put my carrots and get them in the ground. So I just wanted to show you guys some things that have started to pop up around the garden. First of all, we have our garlic here. It is doing amazingly well. I am super happy about it, and we will be watching out for the time where we're going to have to make sure it doesn't flower and things like that. But so far, so good. We have one little bag of garlic that was a failure last year, but has decided to come back. And I don't exactly know what's going on with it, but it seems to be doing well. So we're just gonna leave it as it is and see what happens with it. The other things that we have planted are our potatoes, and they are just starting to pop up over here. Right here, you can just see a couple little potatoes that are just starting to come up here out of the ground. So we just set up our lines here, so we will get those in place to make sure that they can stay nice and hydrated and watered. No sign of our peas yet, but my strawberries are doing amazing. They are already flowering all over the place, so I'm excited to get some fresh strawberries here, hopefully. Not too soon. These are an ever-bearing variety. They do not bear fruit at the exact same time. They bear all throughout the season, and they even had buds in them all the way out until I think almost November last year. So we just pick them as they get fresh and enjoy them with our dinner, or freeze them, and I eventually can make jam out of them once I get enough of them. But I am excited to see these guys doing so well. We have gotten in some apple trees over here. Went ahead and dug the holes, and I ordered 2 different varieties. I have a Liberty and a Granny Smith. We are both fans of the tart apples, and they can very well. So we have started to hopefully get someday, eventually, some apples of our own. And I was just checking on them a couple minutes ago. Looks like so far they have both survived. This one has just the tiniest of buds starting, as does the other one. So that is super exciting. Lastly, I have 2 blueberry plants over here in these bins, and both of them survived the winter. Both of them are already starting to bud out and doing amazingly, and hopefully we'll actually get some blueberries this year. Unfortunately, guys, I did not get to making my bed cover that day. It just got too hot, and at the risk of sunburn, I went ahead and called it a day. I did want to update you guys on something that I mentioned several videos ago. One of my friends is willing to go halvesies with me on raising a bunch of meat chickens. I personally cannot have chickens due to my HOA, but she has some land out here in West Virginia, and she has raised chickens before. That first clip is actually of her laying hens, so she has lots of fresh eggs, which is amazing. And we are going to split about 27 or 28 chickens this year and raise them and process them from start to finish. So please enjoy some videos of some very cute baby chicks. They're all a little flustered because we had just cleaned out their bins, but they are still very sweet, and we actually are working on making a new chicken tractor for them so that they can go outside here within the next few weeks.
We went with the traditional Cornish cross, and so we will hopefully be raising these guys out 8 to 12 weeks, and then I will be able to get some experience with actually harvesting, butchering, and processing meat chickens for the day, hopefully, that I will be able to have my own. This is an amazing opportunity, and I am so grateful to get the chance to almost practice some homesteading skills before fully committing to having my own brood of chickens. And I am very much looking forward to learning throughout this whole process. Thank you so much to my friend, and I am hoping to bring you guys along for at least some of it. Most of it I'll probably be learning, but I will share what I learn and any tips or tricks that I find out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.